Yeah, hello guys. Today let's talk about rendering in Cinema 4D. So when you say rendering, someone may ask, now what is rendering? So think of it like building or modeling something in Cinema 4D. Then when you are done, you need to save the scene into maybe a picture or a video format. So by so doing, the rendering comes in. So what normally happens is the system calculates the objects, the lights, the shadows, how they interact, and finally it brings or it put them into that format for you. That's where you see the detailed of what you've done or the detailed aspect of the scene. That is what we call rendering. So we have three types of rendering. So first of all, we have standard or physical rendering. Then we also have viewport rendering. Then we have the third party rendering. That is where you use other softwares like Redshift, Octane. Then I think we have Corona too. We have Anode as well. That is what we call rendering. So today we will not waste much time. Let's go into our software. So I teach you how and what we normally do, like the rendering setup. So quickly, let's go. All right, guys. So this is our software. This is the interface. So we are not going to waste much time. Let's get something into our scene. Okay, I've selected my cube. Now let's add a floor. Then we put some lighting. So like I explained to you, the system normally calculates the lights, the shadows, and the objects in the scene. So let's get some lights as well. So now we have our lights, we have our objects as well. So let's get a shadow. Okay, so we are good to go. Let's see what happens. So let's do render view and see. This is our render view. So as you can see here, your down left corner, there's some time moving there. That is the number of seconds, or that's the duration. Let's say the duration the system used in rendering this particular scene. So as you can see, it's 9 seconds. So within 9 seconds, the system was able to calculate this and made this scene um, look like this. So as you can see, we have our shadow, we also have our objects, and we have our lights. So that is what I explained to you, that the system calculates how the lights, the objects, and the shadow interact to give you this scene. So that is what we call rendering in Cinema 4D. So let's continue. Let's go to the rendering setup. So looking at the options at the top, you can see that this particular icon here is our rendering setup. So let's click on it. So if we click on it, this is what will happen. If you check our renderer, the first option we see at the top is renderer. So the renderer, if you click on it, we have the standard renderer, the physical renderer, and the viewport renderer. That is what I spoke about earlier in the video. So what we are using now is the standard renderer. So let's go ahead. We don't want to waste much time. So the first option under the standard is output. So basically what the output does is it gives you the options um, to maneuver over resolution, to change our frame rate, and also to manipulate our height and width as well. So that is where you can make your scene to appear in a landscape format or a portrait format. Also, depending on what you are using it for, you can customize your scene by manipulating this size over here. So you can make it a square 720 by 720. Then we continue by going to save. So here what you do is you with a file you choose your file location by selecting these three dots over here. So you select it or you click on it, then it will direct you to your desktop or wherever you want to save your file. Then you can name it from here. The format is where you can save your scene as MP4, as JPEG, as AVI, BMP, and like there's a whole lot of options there. So depending if you want to transfer it to a different software, you should know what you are going to save in. And the next one is depth. So let's leave this ones as it is. We come to multipass, we leave that one. All of this multipass, anti-aliasing options, stereoscope, let's leave all those and come to global illumination. So with the global illumination, what normally happens here is the system calculates the light. This is where the system so if you don't add this to your scene, you may end up not getting what you have to get. So what normally happens here is the system calculates the light in the scene and make it more realistic. So if you want to change anything here, you come to general, then under the general you go to samples. So if you have a good machine or a good laptop, you use high instead of medium. And also bear in mind that the higher the sample, the longer the rendering time. So you do same for the irradiance cache and the other ones as well. So let's move on with the ambient occlusion. So what happens here is the ambient occlusion also, this is where the system uses the shadows or calculates how the shadow interacts with the scene and add it to your rendering setup, then you are good to go. So when we are done with all of these settings, we close this, then we come to render to picture view. So if you click on this one, this is where the system will start rendering whatever that you've input in the rendering setup or rendering settings. So that is what we normally call rendering. So if you have any questions or any other thing you want us to talk about in our next video, you can put it in the comment section, then we will attend to you. This is Harry J Multimedia. As we always do, we are here to teach people how to work with Cinema 4D. I mean, the basic things you need to know when working, or if you are new or you're a beginner to Cinema 4D, just contact us, then we will assist you or we will help you build a career in Cinema 4D. So, thanks for watching. I will see you in my next video.